Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Miracle and I'm documenting my trading journey here on YouTube. So I'm making this video in order to conclude the ICT roadmap on how I was able to learn how to trade and how you guys can be able to learn how to trade as well. I have like series of video already concerning how I was able to learn how to trade and some of the things I did. So if this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. And yes, I'm a forex trader and I'm documenting my process and how I was able to navigate the forex market and learn how to trade, and also some of my personal experience surrounding the forex trading market. So if this is your first time, please do well to like and subscribe to the channel if this is the kind of content you like. So in this video, I'm making this video in order to conclude the ICT roadmap, or should I say the forex trading roadmap on how I learned how to trade. So in this video, I'm going to be dividing it into three segments. The first segment is how I was able to study, like what I was studying or how I was studying, because I already have videos about that, but this one is particularly, and also the secrets behind my trading progress, and also how I was able to use the way I normally used to study to take this particular trade right here as an example towards how I study, how I look for them in the charts. So right now we're going to dive into the chart. I'm going to show you guys how I was able to study the secrets behind my trading progress and an example on how I look for it in the chart. So let's just go to it. So I wanted to make this disclaimer. I think okay, this is the trade I'm currently on. A lot of you guys, if you've been following me, like on Thursday I didn't show you guys this trade because I told you guys a lot of things have been happening in my personal life this weekend, but we're holding the trade over the weekend. We took the trade on Thursday. So basically what I want to do in this video, first of all, I want to make a disclaimer that I think this example of how to learn how to trade is basically only on price action. Yes, if you're trading price action, this is a video for you. But about trend line and the rest, I'm not sure that this will work for you, because as a price action trader, the thing you should be focusing on is the open, high, low and close of a candlestick. So if you're a price action trader, this is something that will be good for you. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Sajid Cap FX. First of all, why I try to show this is because this is where I learned this particular thing from him, okay, and also Paladin as well. This using your own hand to find this thing in the chart, like using the trading view drawings to draw this by yourself and look for it. So why I'm making this is that this is not mine, okay, so I'm not going to steal what is not mine, but I'm just showing you guys the final picture of it because my own is not that fine like his. So this is basically what I'm going to show you guys on how I do it. Okay, so this is Sajid Cap's own. Then let's just go. As you can see here, what he has here is liquidity rates. What he has here is total soup. Example, what he has here is the liquidity above. We also have the fair value gap as well. This is fair value gap. As you can see the drawings. As you can see the drawings. Also other block as well. As you can see the other blocks. As you can see, this is other block. As you can see other blocks. This one is what breaker blocks. So basically what I want to show you guys is how I study and how this helped me a lot. Like this changed my trading. So that's why I'm showing you his own first. So this is breaker block, example of breaker block. Then going over to my private study, So what I want to show you guys here today is how I study and how it helped me. So going over to my private study, if you go to my checklist, so what I want to put out here is, first of all, you're going to take trading as a business. How to take trading as a business is when you start taking trading as a business, it's going to pay you as one. If you have not watched my previous video, I think it's important you should go watch them. So first of all, in this video, what I'm trying to show you guys is going into the market and looking for those examples and bringing them to yourself, and should I say trying to learn them by yourself. So as you can see right here, what I studied in this particular video is what liquidity sweep and liquidity pool. So in this, confirmation to know if price taking a liquidity reverse. So you go into the chart. Here is me marking out highs, marking out lows, marking out lows, and seeing how price is taking out the lows and how it's reacting, knowing when it's a sweep and when it's a continuation, because at the end of the day, the only thing I trade in the market is a continuation and a reversal. So this is how I study. So going into the market, you see how I'm looking at how price is reacting to what after taking out this low, price engulfed this candle. So after price closes above the FVG, if bullish, once after an engulfing candle, price will hit the fair value gap as support to push higher. Do you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, price is not supposed to see below. So another one I want to show, like I don't want this video to be long, a fair value gap turning into an inverse fair value gap. So as you can see in this private study, you will see maybe I drew my own. So this is a typical example of that thing I showed you guys on Sajid Cap FX type of thing. Me too, I go into the chart, I look for them using my trading view, I draw it out. So I was the one that drew this fair value gap. If you're able to understand the concepts behind a fair value gap, if you're able to understand the concept behind an order block, what you'll not be doing in the markets is that you're seeing it and you're knowing that this is a potential order block, or this is a potential inverse fair value gap, or this is a potential fair value gap. You're seeing them as a potential PDRS till they turn to that PDRS. At the end of the day, if you're able to understand this concept because you're the one that is going into the market and looking for them, then it's, should I say, I don't know how to, it's just like magic, it's already retaining into your memory. So as you can see here, I was the one that drew this thing with my trading view drawing. I was the one that made this fair value gap. I know that immediately price closes above this fair value gap, price is going down. As you can see, all this black candle, price is going down, but price is supposed to respect this fair value gap and continue down. But if price should close above it with body, that is making it an inverse fair value gap. And if price should come back to it, that is a what? A signal to the what? To buy, has been taught as an ICT student. So if you go down to other ones, you will still see that was the bullish example. This is the what? Bearish example. As you can see here, I also made a bearish fair value gap. Price closing below it has made it what? An inverse fair value gap. And as you can see, price coming into it, price will go down. So what, after doing this example, this is me studying it without looking at anything. What I'll do is I now go into the markets. What am I doing in the market? I'm looking for it in the market. Okay, this was a sweep. You know, I did liquidity sweep in my first study. This is my previous study. If you go to my previous study, you see I did what? Liquidity sweeps. So as you can see, I did what? Inverse fair value gap. So you just see that this is our what? Check boxes that you look out for before anything happens. So I go into the market, I'm looking for a sweep. Have you seen price swept this high? Have you seen a displacement? Have you seen that price close back into this FVG that is supposed to hit this other block and continue up? So price hitting it and returning back to it. As you can see how price returned back to it. Are you seeing? It's a sell. So you go into the market to look for example, because if you're trading and you're not trying to learn, you have to understand. Like, first of all, you have to yearn for it, then you learn before you can be able to earn. Okay, so this is the first example. You go into the market and look for the example. Okay, let's go again. Another example. As you can see, price sweeps this buy side liquidity. As you can see, price close back down. As you can see, price closing this fair value gap, making it a what? Inverse fair value gap. As you can see, price coming back to it. What's next? Sell. So this are just simply what I do. I bring much example. So going again to my checklist study, let's do the change in state of delivery and see if I jumped it. So these are my checklist on why I enter a trade. So price is going up right now. Price is going up, you get? So immediately price is going up now. We swept buy side liquidity. This candle is a consecutive up close candle. So if price is supposed to do what? Continue up, price should not close with body below it. So but looking at this place now, as you can see, price did what? Close below it. This is a change in state of delivery, making this a what? A potential what? Bearish order block. So immediately price closed below this. The next thing I'm looking for is price should return back to it. I'm selling. So as you can see, this is again okay, this is the bearish. So what am I saying here? Like, now that this is a change in state of delivery, price has closed below down this buy side liquidity. So what I'm looking for is price should return back to it. I'm looking to do what? To sell down. So going down again, let's look for the example in the chart. I go into the chart, I look for example. So this is an up close candle. So the next thing, price is continuing to the upside. So remember what I said, you're paying attention to the open, high, low, and close of a candlestick. But if you're an ICT student again, you'll be looking forward to paying attention to the mean threshold. That's the equilibrium of a candlestick. Okay, so immediately price close below this. What I'm looking forward to again is price will retrace back to it, and I'm selling. That's my first confirmation of what? A reversal. Okay, so as you can see, this is the example I looked for. As you can see, I also went here, sweep, change the state of delivery, price returning back to it, I buy. Sweep, change the state of delivery, price returning back to it, I do what? I sell. This one is another sweep, change the state of delivery, price returning back to it, I do what? Buy. So sometimes price is going to manipulate and take you out, but this is you understanding that you already know what the market is doing ahead of time before it does it. So like, I'm not going to go over all my studies to show you, but this is like, I think these examples I've shown so far is enough to explain what I'm trying to say right here. If you understand the concepts of this, you can go into the chart and then look for it. So right here, this swing point here is a swing low. So first of all, you have to understand what makes this a swing low and what makes this a swing point. So as an ICT trader, ICT taught us that a swing point or a swing low is a candle that has a candle lower to the right of it and a candle lower to the right of it. That's what a swing high. Okay, candle lower. But if you have a candle low, then you have a candle higher in the right of it and a candle higher to the left of it. That's a swing high. So as you can see, you have a swing high here and we have a swing low here. So at the end of the day, next thing I'm going to do is going into the chart, I'm looking for it. So we have a swing low here. Once price takes out the swing low, that's a shift in market structure depending on the time frame. If it's in the higher time frame, which are should I say higher time frame, just like the weekly, daily, and 4 hour, those are what breaking market structure for me. But in the time frame where I'm looking to enter a trade is a market structure shift for me. So as you can see, I'm looking for them in the chart. These are examples. So at the end of the day, if I see this kind of thing in the market, I'm no longer shocked. I already know what it means, because these are constant way of me studying and finding this thing in the chart. I don't know if you guys are understanding. So okay, right now let's just dive into the chart so I can show you a typical example of how I don't even need to go back to my study board. Looking at price already, I know what price is doing or what price might do. Okay, so going over to my this thing now, I'm going to use DXY for this example. As an ICT student, I also do intermarket relationship. Okay, so using this as an example, so let's go over to DXY in the daily. So you guys, I'm going to use this is a reversal type of trade. So I'm going to show you guys how I see this even before it happens. So in the daily right here, let me remove all this drawing. In the daily right here, this is a fair value gap, this is a fair value gap. Price was still going down here, this was the candle, but I had this fair value gap. So if we're supposed to continue to the downside, price is supposed to do what? Touch this fair value gap and not close above it, and then touch this fair value gap, touch this mitigation block and continue down. But if price should close above it, that is signaling what? A reversal. And where are we in time? We have seen that price has swept a low. As you can see, that's a sweep. That's first confirmation. So the second confirmation is that if you're going to continue down, price should not close back up a fair value gap. That's disrespecting an order flow. So if you open my drawing, you will see that ahead of time I was putting all those drawing out to see what price would do. So going down to 4 hour, as you can see, I drew out that fair value gap. As you can see how price came above this fair value gap. And again, if you look at what I told you in the change in state of delivery, this is a consecutive down close candle, isn't it? This is a consecutive down close candle from here to there. This is a bearish candle, but immediately price closed above it, made it a potential bullish order block. So price returning back to it, I'm doing what? I'm buying. So immediately I saw that was a shift in market structure for me. As you can see, this candle right here did what? Retrace back to it. My brain has already told me that is it. And now price closing above that fair value gap in the daily. As you can see, this was where price closed with body below it, above it, and then this is when price is retracing back to it, and then this is how price continues to the upside. And if you continuously see, this is also a price closing back into this FUG. What are you going to understand? Like I always tell you guys, this is a sweep, this is a change in state of delivery, this is a shift in market structure, this is a retracement back into this other block and also this breaker here, and price values up. So these are examples of things I've been looking for also in the markets. And this is should I say DXY, but as an ICT trader, I could relate it. If the DXY is bullish, the foreign currency should be bearish. And that is how I took this trade that is running now, that you guys see that I'm still holding up in the week. So let me show you guys. This is the trade. So this is the trade right here. I'm still holding up the trade. As you can see, GBP USD, we're up $15. So this is exactly the trade. Then in that place now, what you guys see is that here we have a consecutive up close candle. Price is not supposed to close back down this fair value gap, but price closing below it, price returns back to it, you sell. But as you guys know, I told you guys I missed all these ones. And then finally, when I got a continuation trade of the type of trade I use, using the weekly opening price, because there are other things you still add to your trading, you get as an ICT trader, in order for you to have what you call a strategy or an edge or something you're looking for in the market. So if I'm seeing a bullish in the DXY, I'm seeing a bearish in the foreign currency, and that was how I was able to take this trade. So I hope this video was insightful, and if it was, please leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. And so far I've been sharing my journey and the rest. So I think this was how I was able to learn how to trade. And if you're able to do this and put in the work that is needed, you're going to learn the technical part, and then about becoming a profitable, consistent trader. Technicals can make you a profitable trader, because in trading you also have other skill sets you need to attach, which are your risk management, your trade management, and psychology as well. So other stuff are apart from these technicals. But if you're able to learn these technicals, if trading is something you really want to make it in, you will surrender yourself to allow trading change you, for you to become a better version of yourself, in order not to trade out of greed or not to trade out of need, but rather trying to trade out of strategy. And once you trade out of strategy, you're in control. So I think trading is just a process, and like I always say, do not have the mindset of get rich quick, okay, and just slowly build your capital. So yeah, because remember, it is the amount of money you have in the market determines the amount of risk you have. So normally people do see me, I use lots, small lot size, but it's because of the amount of money I have in the market. That's why I'm risking that, in as much as if I have much cash flow, because $4 is 4% in $100 account. $4,000 is 4% in a $1,000 account, in a $100,000 account. I don't know if you're getting the logic right here. So, or even $4, $100 account, $400, 4% in a 1,000 account, $4,000 in a 100K account, 4%. So you already have the edge. The capital is what is remaining. So, but if you go into the markets risking more than what you're able to lose, or not risking accordingly or conservatively, without having other place money is coming from. Money is a very, very vital part in trading, but I don't want to go much into it, because I know how much working and trading has elevated my trading. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been sucking and holding up my trades, which is something I'm still going to do in another video. I'm going to show you guys my P&L for August, and I'm going to show you guys my progress on how now, like, should I say, I even hold up my trades. That even me, I'm surprised. So again, I hope this video was insightful. If it was, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel, and join us. I will still continue grinding. Okay, peace.